If you want to talk about high-end headphones, but you also want to talk about great amplification and good digital to analog conversion, and you want that to be decently portable, doesn't have to be tiny because you want an amp with some power. It's going to necessitate some size. Well, you have found it with the iFi iDSD signature portable DAC amp. Now, before I talk about the feature set of this really awesome sounding device, which I'll be talking about that too, don't forget to subscribe to the Gramophone channel and click that bell notification icon down there so you don't miss out on any of our upcoming highlights. All right, let's take a little overview of the feature set of the iDSD signature, and we'll get into why we call this iDSD. Unlike the others in this iDSD line, the signature is setting itself apart even just visually with this gorgeous kind of dark teal-like color. I love it. On top of that, we get X bass boost, 3D boost, I think they call that X space as well. Here's our volume knob, which also functions as our power. Notice when I turn that on, little green light illuminates, starts flashing yellow because I don't actually have anything connected to it at the moment. That light will change color to denote our sample rate, quality of playback. We have a standard 1/4-inch jack here. We also have a balanced 4.4 Pentacon connector jack here. That's right, we've got balanced and we've got it on the go. We've got 3 of these little dip-like switches on the sides, and they do a couple things. First one is your power. Low power, medium, or high. They call it eco, normal, and then of course turbo. When I was testing this, 90% of the time I had it in normal was more than sufficient. Over here we have filter. We can set bit perfect, minimum phase roll-off, or standard. Really, this is just a little slight bit of nuance and tunability is what the DAC filter does. Moving on, we have the IEM match feature, off, high sensitivity, or ultra sensitivity. Basically, it's just a little bit of tuning involved for when you use IEMs that are, really high sensitivity, at least compared to headphones, especially headphones like this. The thing with IEMs, if you're plugging them into all but the cleanest amps, or amps that have provisions for this, you're probably going to hear a little bit of white noise with them just sitting there, volume turned up to wherever you're going to have it for listening, but with nothing actually playing. And that's just because they are just so sensitive. But with this ability to adjust where that noise floor is, you can usually get that out and get really clean performance out of your IEMs. All right, let's talk about the other side of outputs and inputs. Mostly inputs, but we do have an output over here too. Here's an RCA out in case you actually want to use this as something of a preamp / DAC. We actually have a male USB-A in here, and that's how I hooked it up to my PC to try it out at home. Worked great. You also have a SPDIF input through 3.5mm, almost like a digital coax 3.5mm. Bit of a combo jack there. Again, really handy. You can convert a few different things from that. But here's by far the easiest. USB-C, as everything that purports to be remotely mobile these days should have. But something that teeters on that line is just how hard they could push a pair of headphones. At normal power setting, just dead center, with the volume about there, about 11 o'clock, just under half, I was totally satisfied. Going up here got dangerous. I literally hung right around there, no more than 12 o'clock. Half volume at normal power, didn't even have to go to turbo. There's some juice in this puppy if it can push these, and it's barely breaking a sweat. And it sounded great, by the way. I mentioned before that this is called the iDSD for a reason, because this is capable of native DSD playback of up to DSD 512, which is a seriously impressive spec for a portable product. This definitely doubles as a quality desktop amp too, no doubt about that. On that note of just having crazy specs built into the small package, this has got octa-core Burr Brown DACs in it, Octa 8, as in this is a 8-channel DAC that's then divided 4x4 down into 2 channels. That gives us essentially like a quad balancing setup, so we get really clean output from the chipset itself as it then feeds into the analog stage to be amplified and then to our headphones. Plenty of power for even often stubborn bears like the HD800S. And as far as some of the other digital formats that this can render, MQA, all the way up to 768 kilobits a second, which you can barely even find, but it can do it. So as far as all the modern digital impressive specs go, it's all here. It's all ready to play. So let's talk about my experience of actually using this thing for about a week's time. X-Bass Plus and 3D Plus, what great features that I didn't expect to be so great. I kind of just thought they'd be a gimmick, like, oh yeah, it'll be a little bassier. Oh yeah, it's do some mumbo jumbo for more soundstage. Right, that's funny. Oh, no. They were good. The X-Bass feature is actually a perfect match for the HD800S. That's why I still have this headphone sitting on this table, because it tells a very good story when paired up with a device like this. And finally, I just really liked the flexibility of this unit, that I could use a slightly stubborn headphone like the 800S, and even with a couple other things that I tried, that manipulating these switches were almost all I really needed in terms of flavoring it for each headphone experience, though I actually found I more often like them on than off. As of late, this whole signature line from iFi, this product, there's also the Zen signature products. They've really been squeezing out some serious performance for each of the price points of those products. The signature line is a big win, and this is just further indication of it. So, if you want an amp that is technically portable and that you can take with you, but you also want something that has got some serious power, almost like a desktop amp, or at least close to it, giving you kind of an all-in-one solution, the iDSD Signature is your guy. Awesome time with this product. Think you guys would really enjoy it too, especially for a wide variety of headphones. It just paired up with a lot of things quite nicely. So if you think that this is the product for you, you guys know what to do. Click the link down below to head on over to skybygramophone.com. It's a secure checkout and you'll get fast and free shipping right to your door. And of course, don't forget to stop by. All three of our showrooms have headphone product on display, high-end, sweet headphones. Finally, don't forget about our Kitchen Design Center in Hunt Valley. All right, everybody, if you learned something today, or if you at least had a good time, hit that like button, give us that thumbs up. It really helps us out big time. Drop some comments down below. Let me know what you're thinking. If you got any other questions, thank you guys for stopping by and hanging out with me for a little bit. Be seeing you.